Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Crypt Finder. So happy you could come on back, hang out in the crypt this evening, because I am going to be talking about a very eerie made for TV movie from 1982 entitled Don't Go to Sleep. This movie, if you're a fan of sort of the slow burn, thought provoking, is it a ghost story, is it not type films, I think you're really going to enjoy this one that first aired December 10th, 1982. It stars Dennis Weaver, and of course, we already knew Dennis Weaver, of course. He was very famous from Gunsmoke and McCloud, and we knew he could do thrillers because certainly he was in one of the best of all time, one of the best made for TV movies ever, Duel, which was helmed by a very young Steven Spielberg in the director's chair back in 1971. But here he plays a husband and a father. He's caught up in a series of tragedies that he doesn't understand and he doesn't know how to process. He co stars along with Valerie Harper and also Ruth Gordon. And this is a film that does a really, really good job of delivering this sort of potent mix of supernatural suspense and psychological horror. Don't Go to Sleep follows the story of Laura, that's Valerie Harper, and Philip, Dennis Weaver, a couple trying to rebuild their lives after the tragic death of their eldest child, Jennifer. She was killed in a car crash, and the family has decided to move into a new house with their children. Kevin, who's played by Oliver Robbins, he also starred in Poltergeist the exact same year. I don't know why this poor child actor wasn't traumatized a lot more. And then also their daughter Mary, who's played by Robin Ignacio, along with the grandmother Bernice, who's played by Ruth Gordon. Their fresh start actually descends into a bit of a nightmare because their daughter Mary starts having visions of Jennifer, the dead siblings, and it seems like Jennifer is aiming Mary toward a very horrific mission, that is, helping Jennifer's ghost exact revenge on the rest of the family for her death. As a series of very chilling accidents, eerie occurrences start to plague this family, the line between the supernatural influence and Mary's own psychological torment, yeah, those lines become very blurred indeed. So, what makes this movie stand out, right? Well, first of all, we have to talk about the cast, which is a very impressive array of talent. First, we have Dennis Weaver, of course, who we've already talked about, but he delivers another very strong performance. He brings a lot of depth to his role as the grieving father. We have Valerie Harper. She was, of course, best known playing the role of Rhoda Morgenstern on The Mary Tyler Moore Show, and she really shines here. She's a mother struggling to keep her family together amidst all these mounting tragedies. And then we have Ruth Gordon. She was, of course, the Oscar winning actress famous for Rosemary's Baby. She adds a certain layer of gravitas to the film anyway. And as usual in Ruth Gordon's style, she sort of plays the grandmother as that cantankerous, lovable old gal in really basically the only way that Ruth Gordon could. It was the grande dame fashion that she brought to almost every role. This film excels at creating a really creepy atmosphere. The supernatural elements that are there are woven very seamlessly in with the psychological tension, making it difficult to discern whether the malevolent force is actually Jennifer's ghost or just a manifestation of Mary's guilt and trauma. Whereas Mary and her brother Kevin didn't directly cause Jennifer's death, but they do play a little bit of a trick on her, and so when the car accident happens, it makes it impossible for her to get out of the vehicle before it's engulfed in flames. So the movie does a really nice job then of starting to sort of develop the themes of guilt and grief and psychological breakdown, and as Mary's role in Jennifer's death is gradually revealed, Then it begins to explore the devastating effects of survivor's guilt and trauma. The interplay between Mary's visions and her mental state adds a layer of psychological horror. It makes the film, well, more compelling and certainly more ambiguous of what is trauma versus what are supernatural elements that are coming into play. And it keeps you guessing right up into the end. The movie walks that tightrope, really making both of those scenarios seem very, very plausible. Don't Go to Sleep is filled with moments that linger long after the credits roll. The film's eerie atmosphere is punctuated with some truly unsettling scenes. It has a way of sticking with you. There's one scene where Jennifer appears underneath Mary's bed. That's the scene that everyone seems to remember so well. Even if they don't remember the name of the movie, even if they don't remember anything else that happens, that one scene really seems to stick with people, and for good reason. Directed by Richard Lang, who also directed some other made for TV movies and a lot of different episodes of TV series such as Harry-O, Jake and the Fat Man, Melrose Place, Beverly Hills 90210. The film's pacing and direction here, they really contribute to the creeping sense of dread. Lang's ability to balance sort of those supernatural scares along with the psychological tension is one of the things that really helps make this film work. Creates sort of a very unsettling experience. Personally, I had never really thought about a pizza cutter being used as a weapon, but after I saw this movie, yeah, that sort of changed my mind. Maybe it'll change yours too. Despite the scarcity of finding the film available for viewing over the years, Don't Go to Sleep has garnered quite the cult following. You can find it occasionally on DVD, but these are really just transfers of the original VHS video. So we've never really had a proper DVD or Blu-ray release, which is quite a shame. You can find it on YouTube. People, different channels have uploaded the entire movie, so you absolutely can still go and see it. The unique blend here of psychological horror and the supernatural elements sort of combined together with all of the strong performances and a very haunting atmosphere. It's earned a very special place among fans of well-crafted, made-for-TV horror. So if you're up for a spine-chilling journey that explores the darkest corners of grief and the supernatural, Don't Go to Sleep is a must-watch. It's a creepy experience. It delivers on every front. And frankly, the final scene of this movie, it's a good one. I think it leaves all the doubts at the door. You know exactly what kind of movie you've been watching. So until next time, everybody, stay curious and stay scared.